Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and I am documenting my journey to complete debt freedom and financial independence. And in doing that, I am a cash stuffer and I follow a zero-based budget. And in part of that, I also take part in a lot of different savings challenges. It's just an additional way for me to add some fun to my saving and to my investing and help to keep on track and to stay accountable. So today is stuffing my savings challenges. This is my third, I had to think for a minute, my third stuffing of saving challenges for October. Last week we had spiders, or as I like to call them, nopes, and a lot of people were like, nope on the nopes. So something a little bit more tame, just little pumpkin jack-o'-lantern lights today in honor of Halloween because, yeah, as I've mentioned, and I think others have mentioned as well, Halloween just not that big of a thing here in Australia. It's starting to pick up, but definitely nothing like it is in the US. Now, if you are new to my channel, I do not tend to count a lot of my different savings, one of which is my $5 notes challenge. I just kind of take the money and I whack it in there. And then come the end of the year, I will count everything up. I know that is not particularly something for everyone. I am debating starting next year keeping track, and so I've been tinkering around with making some little mini trackers. These ones I laminated to put in, but I have them in different denominations that they will slide right inside of a zipper pouch, because I think I'm going to do all of the denominations next year. So instead of having, rollover money per se, I'm just going to take all of that money and then put it into different envelopes, but this would help me to keep track of it. I've seen others who have this, in particular like Jordan budgets, where it's just enough to slide right in. So if you don't want to have an envelope that has something that is on it, you can do that. So I made them in, what did I make them in? $1, $5, $10, $20, $50, and $100 denominations. So thinking about next year already, but otherwise for the rest of this year, just kind of taking those and calling it good. I do have week 3 of my Health is Wealth Savings Challenge, and I am just absolutely loving seeing how many of you are taking part in this, either on YouTube. I see a lot of people that are on Instagram. A lot of people that have purchased it have left really kind words, really kind notes, even just in the purchasing time. There was one who had seen it by Britt over at the Crafty Budgeter, and she had left a note that she had actually lost her father to Alpha 1 about 7 years ago. There's another more recently that had seen it over with Crystal on Budget by the Bag. So a lot of you are making an impact as well and getting people to take time out for themselves, because that's really all that this challenge is really about. Yes, I'm making a donation out of mine, so that's my $10 that is going in, and some of the other things that I am doing, but it's really, again, just about getting all of us, men and women as well. This is not just a woman thing. Yeah, but getting all of us to just, take some time, slow down, enjoy the little things, the little things in life, the little things that we come by, enjoying people in our lives and the time that we have, because it does not last. Unfortunately, it does not last forever. I had a bit of a rough week in that I lost a close colleague of mine this week quite suddenly, and she had only just recently been diagnosed with cancer. In fact, she was only diagnosed in September, and we got notification that she had lost her battle, and that's hit me a little bit hard because she's been an absolute rock for me. I'm going to color in my angel wings for her because she is now an angel. But yeah, when you do become very acutely aware of your own mortality, especially when somebody near to you, and she wasn't even afflicted with the same disease as me. She had cancer, and cancer sucks. So I'm not monetized. I can swear all I want when I say when I say that. But yeah, you know, it's take those moments to do the things that you say that you want to do, because tomorrow is absolutely no guarantee. And that's whether you're sick or not, really. You have absolutely no guarantee of, after you walk out that door, walking back in. I have a rule in my house. It's not a rule, it's just a practice that we have always had. And that the last thing that we always say to each other before leaving the house is, I love you. And I've done that. I did that all growing up. Mostly with my father. He was who I was closest to in my family. And so the last words that I ever said to my father were, I love you, before I hung up the phone with him. And so I want that to be the last thing that either my husband or my son or any of my close friends know as well. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we're fighting. We're not allowed to leave the house angry, not allowed to, you know, to go to bed angry. I mean, you could still go to bed angry, but the last words that we say to each other are not going to be, they're not going to be mean words. Because you can't get those moments back. Full stop. It's once those moments are gone, they are gone. So really appreciate the people around you, appreciate the time that you have. I'm not saying that you have to go on a forgiveness fest of everybody who has done you wrong, but at a minimum, let go of any negative emotions that they bring out of you. Emotions are something, yes, they are hard to control, but they are 100% in your control. And it is one area of power that you have, and do not give that power away to other people. Do not give that power to people to control you via your emotions. You don't have to forgive them per se. There's a whole lot of stuff around that, but just don't let them control you. Really practice that daily. If you can, of maintaining that self-control, because when you maintain that control of yourself, then you have so much better control of your life. You also learn to acknowledge and experience your emotions, and all of those emotions are okay to have as well. We talk so much about how, you know, negative emotions, bad. Well, it's a natural thing that, you know, that you're going to have, that you're going to run into. So can we just acknowledge that they exist, and let's acknowledge that we experience them. Let's acknowledge that it's okay to talk about them. And then from there, it becomes normalized having those conversations. And that would help so many people in terms of their mental health as well, knowing that it's okay for that. $45 is going to go into my 26-week challenge. And sorry for, a little bit of a ramble there, but it really is something that I'm just, extremely passionate about. That's why I went into the field that I went into. That's why I study what I study. That's why I teach what I teach. So if you are new to my channel, I am a psychologist. So I do work a lot in the area of emotions as well. What do we have here? 51, 52, 53, 50, 70, 90, 410, 30, 50, 70, 90, 5, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 555. This one, I can say, Marlene, that I am more than halfway there. But yeah, that's why I went into that area. I work a lot in the area of mindset as well, and helping people to change their mindsets and to have a growth mindset as compared to a fixed mindset when they are confronted with things. It is something that I believe has helped me immensely as well. So Cyber Monday is getting $25. A lot of times people will ask, how do I stay so positive, or, maintain a positive outlook and such like that? Well, one, I cannot change my situation, right? It is what it is. It has been set for me. It's genetics. That's it. But what I can't control is how I react to the situation. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So 225. in Cyber Monday. We're only going to 300. I have too much in here. Oh well, I'm gonna have an extra $25. But yeah, I cannot control what has happened to me. I cannot control my genetics, but I can control how I react to the situation. That is very much within my control. And so that is what I focus on, really. $25 is going into my Boxing Day challenge. And when I say that, because here's the thing for you. Emotions are strong, right? If you have ever had a teenager, male or female, and you were a teenager, male or female, you know just how quickly you can get into a bad mood and how difficult it can be to change that around. Now, sometimes I think they're being stubborn and they just want to stay in a bad mood to piss us off as the parents, but that's just my own theory there. But negative emotions are stronger, they last longer as compared to positive emotions. So 10, 20, and 5. That means that it is harder to get rid of them. As well, it is much easier to go from a negative mood or from a positive mood into a negative mood quickly as compared to a negative back up to a positive mood. It takes a lot more effort. And if you don't believe me, then when your teenager comes home in a good mood, piss them off real quick, see how long they stay angry. Heck of a lot longer. And see how much you have to work to try to get them to be back in a positive mood again. Takes a lot of time. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 93, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, $330 there. So I just try to focus on the positive so that I stay out of getting in a negative mood to begin with, because there's a lot of things to get in a negative mood and to get pissed off and grr and snarky and rawr and such about. And I just try to avoid it when possible, because I personally don't like how it feels. It's draining, really. So trick or treat, I have Edward today. He is getting $50 for that one. So for me, it is easiest to avoid. And there's a lot of really, really good things. Call me Pollyanna if you want. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of really crappy things in the world, but there's a lot of really good things that are going on as well. And I think all of that should be celebrated and acknowledged. That's why I'm very much about gratitude, of always finding 3 things. So I always end my day with a gratitude journal, and I just write down, 3 good things that happened that day, no matter what the day. And it could be that, it can be any number of things. It could be that I played with my dogs. Some days it might just be that I took, I'm grateful that I took a shower. I am grateful that I had a chance to talk to this particular individual. I am grateful that I had a home, a good meal. I am grateful that I had a sale on my Etsy shop. I am grateful that I was able to enjoy the sunshine. I am grateful that I was able to walk outside and feel grass underneath my feet. If you're in the Midwest, you might not have much grass, or it's kind of in that yucky dying stage, because apparently it has snowed some places already in the US. Yuck. Don't miss that. So just finding, and I know I say, a lot, just finding different things too. There's always something to be grateful for. And if you can find that one thing to be grateful for, then acknowledge that. And then that way, if you're having a bad day, you can go back over and you can look over that gratitude journal. There's a really great app where it's like a picture a day as well. Like, I love those kinds of challenges. I do have some change that I'm putting in for my Save or Thrive as well, because again, I don't really keep track of spends. No spends. I'm just giving some of my gold coins to the Chris Fund. I don't know what, not like she'll get it, but yeah. So that is, only 1 more week left in the trick or treat challenge, and I'll have another $150. No clue what I'm going to do with that. 13-week challenge, that's just getting what's left over, which is $30 for this week. So yeah, so there's some homework for you for this week. Is every day, you don't have to write down 3 things, but write down 1 thing that you are grateful for each and every day. It could be that you are grateful that your parents are alive. It could be that you are grateful that if you're teaching your children how to drive, that you're still alive. And they are. That's that's an experience, which we have in here now. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. You know what? I just did an entire bill swap. I didn't even think to swap out my savings challenges. Oh well. Do that in the next one, or I'll just do it off camera. But yeah, think of one thing. And if you practice doing that daily, especially if you do it at night, you're going to go to bed in a more positive mood. Nothing else there. So those coins maketh my binder fat. This last $50 I'm going to put into my like challenge because, as I said, I'm not doing Transfer Tuesdays anymore really right now, so I don't have it in for that. But I just went through and I found the video of mine of last week that had the highest amount of likes, and that is going in there. I have no clue what I'm going to do with any of this. I'm going to count it up in December and show gratitude for all of the different things that I was able to save for and accomplish. And yeah, now I'm just kind of rambling all over the place, but that is part of why, because people always ask, how do you stay so positive? Is it just an act and such? No, it's not. Now, do I have bad days? Yeah, I absolutely have bad days. Everybody has bad days. I experience those bad days. I spent the other day crying all day after hearing the news of my friend, and I called up one of my really good friends, and her and I had just a long conversation. By long, I mean we were on the phone, FaceTime, for about 6.5 hours long for that. But it's knowing that I have people that I can reach out to and people that I can trust and people that are going to, that they are going to listen. They're going to listen compassionately as well. And that's why I say, who do you surround yourself with also? And that is really important in terms of your mental health, because your mental health is part of your overall well-being. It's not just your physical. You have to look after your mental health as well. So those are some different things that you can do, or that you can kind of, that you can practice daily and becoming more, I guess, more self-aware. More self-awareness comes from that. And then you're also going to be more empathetic and more in tune to other people as well, because it takes you out of the realm of comparison, which is a whole different topic. I don't know, maybe I'll cover that one day. But I do talk way too much about things that are not money related sometimes. And this is one of those times, but hey, I'm on vacation. I'm taking off for about 5 days. So I've got packing and such to do. I'm not going to bother reshooting this video. I'm barely going to edit this video. You're just going to get the good, the bad, the everything in between of all of my different random thoughts. But that is that for my savings challenges this week. If you did like this video though, do give it a thumbs up. You never know, it might be the video that contributes to my like challenge. Remember to take some time for yourself, be it 30 seconds, 30 minutes, 30 hours, 30 days, any of this. And as always, choose kindness, show gratitude, always keep a positive mindset. I will talk to you in another video.